Hello and welcome to today's class. We are looking at assessment criteria for writing task 1. As you are well aware by now, the writing component of the IELTS test has 2 essays for you to write, and these are known as task 1 and 2. For task 1, you have to write an essay of a minimum of 150 words in 20 minutes. And when your band score for the writing is being calculated, task 1 takes 33% and task 2 takes 66%. We'll look at how the examiners assess you. What is their focus as they go through the essay that you have? There are 4 assessment criteria, and these are task achievements, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Each of these carries 25% of the total scores, which is 100% when the task 1 is being marked independently. Let's look at these in detail. Task achievement. This is looking at how well you have addressed the question that you have. For task 1, and this is always the case, you're supposed to summarize information by selecting and reporting the main features. And if it's relevant, you make comparisons. And note that the question is saying if it's relevant. So if it's not relevant and if it's not important and you go ahead to make comparisons, then you are veering off the focus of the question that you have. Make sure that in the end you're focusing on the main features, not the minor ones. Then again, task achievement is looking at the number of words that you have. You need a minimum of 150 words. If you're going beyond that, then you're looking about 5 to 7% more. You don't have to keep writing and writing going into 300, 400, because out of the 20 minutes that you have to, first of all, understand the question. You spend some time trying to analyze the question. You're spending about 2 to 5 minutes depending on how complicated or easy the diagram is. Then when you're done writing as well, you're using about 2 to 3 minutes to proofread your work. You're going over your work about 2 times minimum to do the necessary correction before the end of the 20 minutes. So like I said, if you're going beyond the all, it shouldn't be way beyond 150, about 160, 170 thereabout, and you should be good to go. So the minimum is what is very important. You don't have to go below what you have. The next assessment criteria is coherence and cohesion. Let's look at coherence. This is looking at the structure of the essay that you have. You need to think about the features of the task 1 essay. And in the previous lesson, we looked at that you need an introduction, an overview, and a body when you're writing every task 1 essay. These should be logically arranged and organized. You don't have to just throw them haphazardly on the paper. You need to be able to arrange them very well. Then cohesion is looking at how well you connect your sentences, your paragraphs. You're using cohesive devices such as conjunctions or such as subordinators to link these sentences and paragraphs together to get a very logically arranged essay. Then we move on to look at lexical resource, and this focuses on your vocabulary. You need to have a wide range of vocabulary as you write the task 1 essay. You're not just repeating the same set of words right from the beginning to the end. You're using synonyms and paraphrase versions of some of the keywords because it's necessary that you have a wide range of vocabulary. As much as possible, also, you omit informal language because informal language is good for speaking. But then when you're writing your task 1 essay, which encourages you to focus on formal language. You cannot use idioms. You cannot use phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs such as take up. You cannot use this because these are okay for informal situation. You cannot use a word such as kid because kid is also informal. So you think about these things. You omit quotations as well. Then if this is naturally available to you, you need a couple of sophisticated words or big words, but you should understand these words. You should understand their usage. You should know how they are spelled. You're not trying so hard to just use some big words for the sake of using them, but you understand them, you know how they are used. So that's for lexical resource. The last one is grammatical range and accuracy. And this wants you to use a wide range of grammatical structures with full flexibility and accuracy. You're not just struggling, but you know what you're writing. Think about tenses. When what is the time frame being looked at in the question? Is this in the past, in the present, or in the future? You use the right tenses to report this. Then you're looking at subjects, verb agreements, which is a thing under concord. You're looking also at noun, pronoun concord, so that you're not just throwing about the subject and that is disagreeing with the predicates that you have and all of that. Think about punctuation as well. The use of punctuation marks such as full stops, commas, question marks, and what have you. You need to be able to use them accurately. Then you're looking at the types of sentences also that you're using. In English, there are about 4 types of sentences, and these are simple, complex, compound, complex sentences. Also, you should be able to use all of these 4 flexibly. You're not just using one type all throughout, but you are blending all these 4 to help you write the essay that you're supposed to write. And these 4 assessment criteria are the focus of the examiners as they assess you. And so these should be your focus also while you write the essay. If you don't bear these in mind, then definitely there's going to be a problem as far as your band score is concerned. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.